Hi, my name is Nisha, and in this tutorial I'm going to continue talking about settings. So, as I mentioned in the last tutorial about settings, you can just go to the settings app by finding the gear icon that has a gray background and has the word settings underneath. So if you just tap on it, it'll open up the settings app. And by default, it does go to the general tab. In this tutorial, I'll be talking about notifications, control center, and do not disturb. So I'm going to start off by going to notifications. And here you'll see a list of apps on the right side, and it's also where you decide to which apps you get notifications from. So if I wanted to get notifications from the calendar app, I could just tap on the calendar and make sure that the bar on top where it says allow notifications is green and the dot would be on the right. So that would mean that notifications is turned on. But if I wanted to turn it off, then I could slide the white dot to the left and the green bar will turn white, and you'll notice that what was underneath it will not be there anymore. But if you do want the notifications, then you'll see that has a list on the bottom of the allow notifications bar, and here you can I see that it says upcoming events, invitations, invitee responses, share calendar changes, and events found in mail. So the list might change depending on what app you want to set notifications for. And if I wanted to have notifications about upcoming events, then I could tap on it, and right now by default it says the sounds is the chord. You can change that by tapping on sound and tapping on one of the other sounds, and you can see what it sounds like just by tapping on it, and you can decide whether you like it or not. Like if I wanted to tap on hello, I can just tap right there. That was hello. And if I wanted to do note, then this would be note. And if I wanted to see popcorn, then this one's popcorn, the last one I just found. And so if I don't actually want one, I can just press none. But I'll leave it on popcorn for now. And if that is show on lock screen, that just means that when I'm not using the iPad and it's locked, then any calendar. Any upcoming events on my calendar will show up, and I can when I'm using my iPad, then I can choose whether I want there to be no notification, a banner notification, which just comes up which means that the upcoming event would just show up right here. or an alert where the upcoming event notification will just pop up in the middle of the screen. Right now mine is set to alert, as you can see with the circle around the alerts. If I want, I can change it to banners, or I can change it to none, or I can change it back to alerts. I'll leave it there for now. And badge app icon just means that it will show the icon of the calendar with the notification. I can turn that off if I would like to, which would mean that whenever I have an event related to this, like an upcoming event notification, then I will not have, I will not be able to see the calendar icon. And this is similar to everything else on the list, and similar functions are there for all of the apps that you might have. Your list may be different than my list. And with that, we can go to the Control Center, which is the tab right underneath. And the Control Center, I talk about how to use it in a different tutorial. But if you want to, the Control Center tab in the settings just allows you to decide whether you want to be able to access your Control Center in the lock screen and within apps. And just as a reminder, in order to get your access your Control Center, all you have to do is swipe from the bottom of the screen upwards, and then you can see your Control Center right there. If you want to turn off the access on the lock screen, then you can just move the dot to the left and the bar will turn white, and then you will no longer have you will no longer be able to access it on your lock screen. Same thing as the access within apps bar. And then now for the Do Not Disturb tab. When you turn on Do Not Disturb, you will not hear any of your alerts or FaceTime calls that you receive. You can turn it on manually, or you can schedule it to be on the Do Not Disturb mode at a specific time. When the Do Not Disturb feature is turned on, then you will see a moon icon in your iPad's status bar on top, which is this little bar right here where it says iPad time, how much battery you have left, whether or not you have orientation lock, whether your iPad is connected to Wi-Fi. If you turn on Do Not Disturb manually, then you can swipe it to the right, the dot to the right, and the bar will turn green, and you will see that a little moon icon has just popped up next to the orientation lock symbol. And when I turn off Do Not Disturb, then the moon goes away. I can also schedule the Do Not Disturb a feature by sliding this white dot to the right. And then I can say how long I want this Do Not Disturb feature to be turned on. And say from, right now by default it just goes to from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. But I can change that by tapping on this. I can change the quiet hours this way. And the feature this, I can change it by going this in the left column on the hours side, and the right column is the minutes. And if I really wanted to, I could have it from 10 a.m. to 7 a.m. And right now, it will not show the moon sign because right now it's not 10 p.m. yet. But once it strikes 10 p.m., then I will be able to see the moon next to the orientation log feature. And here, for all calls from, you can see that you can get either calls from everyone, no one, or your contacts, or any other group that you have in your iPad. But they will be silenced if your iPad is on Do Not Disturb. And repeated calls. A second, if the person who calls you the first time on your iPad, probably via FaceTime or Skype or another app like that, if they call again more than once, then only the first one will be silenced. And you can choose whether you want your iPad to be silenced always or only when the iPad is locked. Then if you choose always, then everything will always be silenced. And if it's only when the iPad is locked, then when you're using your iPad, then you could still get calls and messages notified to you if you are using it, even though your iPad would be on Do Not Disturb. And I hope this tutorial helps, and if you have any more questions, feel free to ask about any of these 3 topics during the next session, or comment below, or send an email to felvyfuntech@gmail.com. If you would like to come to the next session, make sure you go onto our website and go to the Sign Up tab and fill out the forms there. You may also access the form on the surveys/forms tab. Just make sure you click or tap on the link to the right for the right one, because there are multiple forms on there. This concludes this tutorial. And